What's good, family? Welcome back to the Betting Exchange live on MSG. And you already see the vibes. We're decked out in our holiday attire because we're getting ready for the holiday season. It's action-packed. We're in the midst. We're enjoying ourselves. And we got a lot to talk to you about. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. And so is the NFL. We are winding down, and that means it is award season. We're going to go over our picks for MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year, and see who we got from what we've seen and what we think is going to happen. Eric, let's start with MVP. Who you got?
I got Patrick Mahomes. He's had a phenomenal year. Coming into the season, everyone was like, oh, there's no Tyreke Hill. How is he going to manage? Patrick Mahomes has done just fine.
He's managing.
He's leading the NFL in almost every statistical category, doing a great job. The Chiefs are playing great football right now. I like Patrick Mahomes for the MVP.
I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. They're going to end up closing out the season with one of the best records in the NFL. He's been their guy offensively. He's been throwing it really well. He's the guy that's got them rolling. It looked like all he was missing was a big-time wide receiver. He got that in A.J. Brown. It's going to be tight coming down the stretch. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. I think that record pushes them over the top.
Of a year.
Yeah, I kind of fluctuated between Hurts and Mahomes. I leaned with Mahomes because I think about the narratives in play too. Mahomes was in his top, arguably his top weapon, and is that going to affect them? And even the Chiefs, like people have been waiting for the Chiefs to fall off, and it seems like they've righted themselves and they're the only viable candidate to come out of the AFC West to really contend from the Super Bowl based on what happened prior in the season. Also, with Hurts, I think A.J. Brown getting the GM of the Titans fired, that's definitely going to, there's a lot at play. I wouldn't be mad if Hurts win it, and I wouldn't be shocked, but I lean towards Mahomes, and given how they could finish off the year too, we'll see. But I think it's going to be a tight race for sure.
No question.
Going into that, Offensive Player of the Year, which I always find is funny because it's almost like the MVPs are like give the quarterbacks MVPs and the Offensive Player of the Year somebody else. It's funny how that works. Who you got?
The real MVPs. Now, I'm going to take the man who left Kansas City, Tyreke Hill. He left Kansas City, goes to Miami, and everyone's like, can he do it without Mahomes? Tua Tagovailoa doesn't have the strong arm. Well, all he's done is led the NFL in every receiving category. He was threatening Calvin Johnson's single-season receiving record and just doing a phenomenal job this year. I like Tyreke Hill. He's having a great year.
I'm going with Tyreke Hill as well. This is an interesting spot because I believe if Mahomes wins the MVP, say Mahomes wins MVP, the people in the media are going to feel like Jalen Hurts needs to win something for them being the number one team in the NFC, like I think they will be. Tyreke Hill is having an awesome year. He's going to end up with like 135, 140 catches almost. He's been lacking a little bit on the touchdown numbers. But if Mahomes win MVP and then you have Jalen Hurts sitting there with a 14, 15 win team and no awards, that's where the political piece can kind of come in there. I'm going to go Tyreke Hill now, but I would not be surprised if they gave it to Jalen Hurts for not winning the MVP.
Yeah, you kind of leaned me on Hurts. I went with Justin Jefferson, I think, because he's dominating in a loud way. It's like feels like Tyreke Hill is quietly leading the league in all those categories. And, the league likes narratives and all that. And Justin Jefferson gets on the highlight reel as well. So who knows? Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm going to go to San Francisco, Nick Bosa, for my Defensive Player of the Year. Right now, he's leading the league in sacks. He's having a phenomenal year. He plays on the best defense in the NFL. And if San Francisco can continue to play well with their backup quarterback, Purdy, in there, you have to look at Nick Bosa running that best defense in the NFL.
I'm going to go Micah Parsons. As long as he stays off Twitter, he should win. He should win this DPOY award. A lot of people feel like he should have won it last year. So this is a little carryover coming into this year. The way they've been pressuring the passer, the Dallas Cowboys are very popular. There's a lot of politics when it comes to these awards. I'm going to go Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I rolled with Micah Parsons, too, against everything in my spirit. Like, I had to keep it real. Like, Micah Parsons has been transformative for the Cowboys, and I think if they continue at this pace, barring anything crazy going on, I think he can do it. It feels like you face them, and he's in their heads in every game. And their team defense has been great, but I think Micah Parsons has been a different.
He impacts the game like very few in the NFL can do.
Yeah, you come out of the huddle and you're like, where is number 11 lined up?
Mike,
we're going to change the play based on where he's lined up.
Exactly. Now we got the coach of the year, and I think we've gone unanimous with the squad ride.
Yeah.
Eric, give me the reasons why the man in Philly is going to win the coach of the year.
Yeah, Nick Sirianni has had a phenomenal year coaching the Philadelphia Eagles. He's gone above and beyond what anyone expected coming into this season. He has the Philadelphia Eagles playing great on defense, offense. Jalen Hurts is getting production. It's just a very good product that you see out of Philadelphia. I like Nick Sirianni.
Nick Sirianni is the only choice here. If you asked 100 people before the NFL season that Jalen Hurts would potentially be the MVP and they'd win 14-plus games, 100 people would have said no.
Yep.
So that's a nod to Nick Sirianni, how he has this offense rolling, and overall the organization running. You don't hear any bad things coming out of Philadelphia.
No.
I know it's easy when you're winning, but still, Nick Sirianni's been doing his thing and has the Philadelphia Eagles rolling right now.
Yeah, I'd say this was probably the wrong year for Brian Daboll to be balling, or even Robert Saleh to be balling with their teams, when you always have that one team that wins a whole bunch of games, and it's like, well, if it's coaching, you got to give some credit somewhere. If you're leading the league by far, barring any type of major collapse or anything like that, I think Sirianni is a lock for it. But you can't. There's been excellent coaching this year in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I think record-wise, if you take that away, it would be even more of a competition. So that does it for our end of the year of the Wars. Mystery odds. Lock in with us next on the Betting Exchange.